Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where we're going to be solving more Leetcode. So today we're going to be doing an easy problem. Pretty easy, but it is kind of tricky at first to some people. So we're just going to go over my solution. So, alright, let's just read it first. So, is subsequence. So you are given two strings, s and t. Return true if s is a subsequence of t or false otherwise. So what's a subsequence? So a subsequence of a string is a new string that is formed from the original string by deleting some, can be none, of the characters without disturbing the relative positions of the remaining characters. So for example, ace is a subsequence of a, b, c, d, e, while AEC is not. So obviously what it's saying here is, let's have an example here. So let's have S equal ABC, and then T equals, string T would equal A, H, B, G, D, C. So now I'm trying to see if I can find each character in S in order inside T. So see, we have A here, and we have B. So far the order is fine, A, B, and then you have C right here. So A, B, and C are in order. So I don't care about the gaps in the situation, I just care about the order. So the order has to be the same. It says it right here. A subsequence of a string is a new string that's formed from the original string by deleting some of the characters. So if we delete these, we would get ABC in that exact order. If it's like BAC, no, that is false. So yeah, our input here is obviously S and T, and you have to check if S is a subsequence in T, and we just have to return true or false, a boolean. So the simplest way to do this is just to walk through both strings with two pointers. So one pointer would just go through S, one pointer goes through T, and every time a character matches, I move the pointer S forwards. So the T pointer always moves since I'm just scanning through T, big array, but the pointer at S will only move forward if we find a match. And also to this, we'll be able to check if it's in order or not. So that sets up the logic nicely before reading or like going to the solution. So let's start coding our solution now. Let's go here. So as I said, I start with two pointers. So let's say I have I for S. So I for S, and then we want J as well. So for the T string, for string T. So both of these will just equal to each other, but they'll both equal 0 for now. Start them off at 0, the beginning of each string. And now let's make a while loop. While I length of S and J is less than length of T. So this loop keeps running as long as both pointers are still inside their strings. I'm basically walking through T and checking if I can match S along the way. So now inside the while loop, we need an if statement. So in this if statement, if the characters match, so basically if S at index I is equal to T at index J, so that means if the two characters match, then we can move I up to the next character. So now we can move I forward, just increment I once. And now let's increment J. Now we have to increment J. No matter what, you always have to move J forward because you're always scanning through T in this scenario. So J will always move forward. plus 1. And now after loop, no, this is a pretty clever way to do this. So now the loop is done, right? So after the loop finishes, we could just check if I made it all the way to the end of S. So if it made it all the way to the end of S, that means I matched because it's if statement here. It'll only go forward if the letters matched in the same order. So you can just do this by saying return, and then you could just say I should be equal to the length of S. If it does, that means you made it all the way to the end of S, meaning you matched every character in order. So if this is true, it'll return true. If it's false, it'll return false. So if we run this here, yep, there you go. It works.